love? What is love? How do we define it? What does it mean to each and every one of us? My own perception of love totally changed when I became a parent. We are here, Kev, Lissy, and I, Steve Kalis. We are here to discuss love. What is it? Why is it so powerful? Is it the best thing about being a human being? I think so. Welcome, listener, to the Steve Kalis Show. Before the episode starts, I just want to say thank you to our sponsors, Graham's Windows and Doors at grahamswindowsanddoors.co.uk, Yeovil's very best provider of windows, doors and conservatories. Thank you, James. Thank you, Sherelle. We really appreciate your support. Thanks also to Paramount Prizes. Paramount Prizes are a local online competition website and one of the best in the country. Go to paramountprizes.co.uk and grab yourself a bargain. That's paramountprizes.co.uk. Now, on with the show.
Either our discussion we have previously to this has caused this, or it's you that causes.
But my malfunctioning salival glands.
No, the theatrics have raised somewhat. Your much
it
more
might be.
pronounced the voice.
Well,
has got.
the thing is,
it's back to your old days of theatre school. And
Yeah,
off we
maybe.
go again.
Oh, maybe it's that. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. But I listened to the last couple of episodes, and I keep like the trick if you're miserable is you still have to do the thing you want to achieve and do, but you can't help but being miserable whilst you do it. So I've been watching the last couple of episodes I've been in, and I've been very sort of, fucking hell, okay, George, we fucking.
So you're going to
overcompensate.
feign love for the job.
Yes. So I'm still but I'm feeling much better and more liberated today. So I'm here and I'm bringing the energy. Okay.
Nice.
Now today is L for love. Kevin, what does love mean to you?
Ooh, I love food.
Good.
I love my partner.
There we go. I would have reversed the roles.
There's no
children,
order to that.
Children in there as
Yeah,
well?
I love my children. Of course I do. All right, fucking throw me under the bus. I love many things, but it's just different for different things, isn't it? You can use this a widely scoped word.
Lissy, what does love mean to you?
Love means to me. What does love mean to me? Yeah, just like family, children, unconditional. Something that's unconditional is love to me because it has no strings and conditions or playing off. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just think it's the purest, most natural emotion. I think other emotions we learn, but love is something that's formed from birth.
Yes,
We'll use that version.
that's much better. Yeah, we'll start with Lissy.
All I can think of is pizza.
Yeah, well, me too. Yeah, we missed dinner, but that's true. That's good, and that and it means the same thing to me. Not necessarily. I mean, I think of yesterday when I come home, I went upstairs and Misha was putting Leo to bed, and I just listened outside his door as they were sort of just giggling and laughing, and I just felt like the richest man on earth. It's just there's nothing that can beat that. If I just love Misha so much and Leo. That's a little world that we've built for ourselves, and that we're constantly trying to maintain, and you know, and it's that's real genuine wealth, which is something I've been thinking sort of a lot about at the minute. And you can't, for all the money in the world, you can't buy someone's actual love for you.
No.
You can't buy relationships like that, and relationships forged in stress and hard times, and at the end of it you're still solid, and that's what love is to me.
Yeah.
You know, and the love from my mum as well. My mum, I remember the best compliment I ever got was my friend Joseph Burt said to me when he saw me with my boy, he said, you've got your mother's love, meaning you love your boy the same way your mum loves you. And I was like, God damn, yeah, that's true. And that's the best possible compliment that you can have.
It's just lovely.
What Lissy said was actually very succinct there.
And what I said, obviously.
No. That you don't learn it. Everyone's methods are different, and people love in different ways. You know, some people have the father who loves their children endlessly but are very standoffish. There are some that are like yourself, very hands-on. But I also think it's quite scary because you don't know if you are loving someone enough, or if you are loving them in the way that they would feel it.
Yes, yeah, I see.
You might think you're doing everything for that person to feel
it doesn't
your
always.
efforts, and they're like, "Why are you here?"
We don't always. Yeah, we're right. We don't all
Stop
speak
touching
the same.
me.
We don't all speak the same language, do we? When it
we
comes
do
to,
not.
especially romantic love, or even with your children, I suppose sometimes there's a good thing
Well,
about.
as they change, they require a different kind of love from you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I remember I did an episode with Corey Floyd, who's a professor who. This is a couple of years ago. He specialised in father-son relationships because I was having some trouble with it, and he said that father's love is often misinterpreted because a dad's way of showing you that he loves you is sometimes just by helping you with your car or doing DIY with you, or like he might say,
Making
"I
sure
might
you've
come over
done
at the
your
weekend
bills and blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
I might come over at the weekend to do some, help you with the house or whatever. That's his way of saying, I love you and I want to help you.
Yeah.
But that generation, especially our father's generation, they're not very good at showing that kind of
You're
intimacy.
lucky if you got a crisp pat on the back.
And they're not very like that generation aren't good at saying it. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'll go back to what I said before. It's a feeling. You said I love food, whereas I would say I need food.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't actually love. If I could take a pill,
Control yourself.
I'm trying, okay?
but if I could take a pill and
look
I'd just
like
be
this for a
done for
reason.
nutrition for the day, I
Yes.
would.
Yeah, me too. 100%. I have said this for fucking 30 years. I'm so pissed off having to make food and
Yeah,
eat all the
it's
time.
so-
No. I have no problem. All right, the making can be a bit. I have no problem. The only annoying thing I find about eating, despite my love, is when you all sit down with the love of my life, I might add, who I love spending time with.
Thank you.
But we both hate the moment where we go, "So what are we having for tea this week?"
Yeah.
Yeah, so annoying.
And we all forget everything nice we've ever eaten,
Yeah, food, yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yeah, that's the perennial
Toast.
ball ache of eating, isn't it? But I'm
it's just
100%
ball
with
like
you.
being a parent.
Give me one
Just a little pill.
pill.
Yeah,
And I
all
don't
of
have to
the
eat again till
nutrition.
next
Yeah,
day.
I would happily.
I love going out for food. The excitement of going out for food.
Yeah, as an event, food should be an event, like a steak or that should be an event food, but not fucking every day. Jesus Christ! I've gone into fasting. I've fasted sometimes for 2 or 3 days straight, and people have gone, "Is it a spiritual thing? You're trying to cleanse?" I go, "No, not really. I really hate eating. I'm just trying to postpone it for a few days."
But the love you have for drinking.
See, yes, quite right, Kevin. I do love drinking. I do love alcohol. I do love, in a healthy sense. That's just sort of,
Not that I do this daily.
as a sort of slippery
Just
slope.
weekly. Just weekly.
But I love, me and Kevin have arranged an all-day drinking session, and that for me is so. I do love that because you shake off the shackles of responsibility for a day and stress, and you sit with your friends and get drunk and giggly in a beer garden somewhere. And I do love.
Explain why it is great, though. What the crown, the piece de resistance. of the day.
Specific.
Yes.
So, Kev and I, we're going to be hitting the town. So we're going to go say to Weatherspoons, have a nice breakfast, have some
In
drinks.
Yeovil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then Neo is doing a sort of day clubbing thing, like a 80s, 90s.
For the oldies.
Yeah. So we're going to go there at 4 p.m.
It opens at 4 p.m.
Opens at
This
4
is a special
p.m.
one.
Holy
Finishes
mother.
by 8.
Yeah, so you're in bed by 9.
Shut up. I am down. Can I come?
Everyone is welcome.
Yeah, totally open.
All you oldies,
I won't
ditch your
drink,
kids.
but-
Let's get drunk in the day and all be home in bed with a kebab by 9.
And that's why I day drink.
Nice.
I day drink more than I drink in the evenings now because I'm spooning Mish by 7 o'clock and annoying her. So like it's the
Yes,
best.
my
possible.
partner might not love it because usually I crawl into bed a bit later and I'm much quieter and it's just she's already asleep.
No, I crash in for the door. I say,
I'm not
"My
sure.
angel." I try like at all times to make a big deal about her.
This
even
is
if
where
it
we
really annoys
continue
her.
to talk about love because she must love you.
What, Misha? Oh yeah, she's very
Yeah.
patient. She's very patient. Yeah, she does. Yeah.
It's true. She must.
The woman has been through some.
Yeah.
The woman has been through some things. Yeah. Yeah.
That's nice though,
hard work.
isn't it? That you can like just feel completely settled in that feeling
That-
of being loved.
That.
You don't like me and Chris don't say I love you every single day. Do you know what I mean? We just don't, but
No,
I
we do.
feel it. Do you know what I mean? And these are the little things I notice he'll do that mean love.
Yeah,
Do you know,
yeah.
that mean love and feel like love rather than going,
It's
I love you, I love you, I love you, I love
It's
you, I love you,
almost
I
like
love you.
a sense of peace,
Shut up.
if you will. Like, so we do the reassurance because we're obviously the people that need it.
Yeah.
But it's just like I don't know how to describe it. It's like I'm not worried about anything.
Yeah. That's so nice.
If you were arguing with her, when you're younger,
I
and you're
feel
arguing,
mean. Younger me
I
would
feel mean.
shout at anything just for the sake of shouting at it.
It's more like when
But I
she-
raised my voice once to Carlisle, and and I was like, damn it.
No,
sorry.
I'm much less gentle than that probably. But with Mish, I find that if we're arguing, if you're not in a good relationship, or if you're younger in a relationship, every argument means, oh fucking hell, we might break up. Oh, we might break up first. You might break up with me. But I've never once worried about that with me and Mish. No. We're so in love and happy, and our days are spent so happy that it just doesn't make any sense. And we always, and it's because we're always being tested. We're always exhausted. There's always some huge fucking challenge.
You're always going to bicker, but I think it's being able to bicker and it having a point and a purpose.
Yeah, and then just be and you can also have to step outside of your own pride sometimes and say, all right, I deserve that. I was being annoying, or she's been under so much strain right now. I totally understand why she's feeling like that, and then not taking personal. When I was younger, if someone was to say to me, I don't feel like talking, I'm just going to go to bed, and I'd go, oh, okay, she hates me. I take it more personally. But now you go, I understand,
right, cool.
baby. Just let me know if you need anything. That's it. If you're in a good relationship, are settled and loving and exactly what you want. The thing, you made a good point earlier. Misha allows me to love her the exact way I need to love someone, which is loudly and openly and annoyingly, and I do bits all the time, and I must be fucking insufferable to live with. A new bit I like to do is, this is really annoying, if I walk into a room, if she's sat there and she's like sitting on the iPad or reading or something, and she's on the sofa, I'll walk into a room and I pretend that she died, and then she'll go, you all right, babe? And I'll go, it's like she's still here.
Such a dick.
That's so funny.
Don't fucking feed into it, Lizzie.
That was a bit of me. Yes.
How
long do you carry this on for?
Oh, way past the point where it's funny. Way past she'll go, babe, I'm trying to talk to you about work. And I'll go, I remember she used to talk to me about work.
Can you get a video of this, like a secret film?
I can almost hear her.
Great.
It's like she's in the room with me. Like that, I do that. And there's another one I do which is similar, where we're in bed and I'll be laying next to her and she'll start talking to me, and then I'm not that interested in what she's got to say, so I'll pretend to be an old man who died in a house fire 40 years ago, and I'll pretend that I'm being haunted by his ghost. So I'll go, Maureen, is that you? And she goes, I'm trying to talk to you. I'll go, oh baby, I haven't seen you since the fire. And she doesn't get any joy out of this whatsoever, but it really tickles me. Sue, love.
Misha, the king, queen of love.
Yeah, Misha's a very patient lady. What's nice about Misha as well is that I see a side of her that no one else sees. When she's in any social interaction, I can see the different defenses and guards go up. But when she's with me, they go away, and she's silly and and she's funny as fuck, but it's like a version she only reserves when she's 100% relaxed, and that's love, I think.
Yeah.
So,
and that applies to children, as I'm sure you can attest with a teenage person in your house. You'll do that. You overly love them just because this is annoying them. I'm going to enjoy this.
Yeah, but
mums to sons is far better than dads to daughters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I embarrass my children deliberately. That's my hello, girls.
Yeah.
And they're like, please, Dad, no.
But that's nice. I remember this quote that this guy said, where he was like, there's probably 4 billion people on Earth that would trade for your life.
Yes.
And you go, yeah, probably, because it's fucking ace. You know what I mean?
I think when I sort of grew up, I always thought it was about, being wealthy, not worrying, and blah, 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 blah. And, all right, we're not wealthy, but we don't worry about money.
Yeah.
We don't argue about, we don't worry about where anything's coming from. Literally, the biggest concern is the pile of washing we've just made. Who's washing up? And we've got to do the fucking food list again.
Yeah, that's a good and rare position to be in. But we're the same, where
you
now,
love your life, don't you? You love your life. And like you said about wanting to go home, well, you wouldn't, would you, if you were...
Yeah.
So it begs the question, if you see someone who's overly sociable, who's out and about all the time, is it because they don't love their life? They don't love being at home?
Oh, yeah, because you can't wait to get home, can you? 'Cause that's where all the best things are. So your family on TV.
And plus you spend a fortune to be in that damn house.
I'm paying for the fucking thing. I'm going to enjoy it. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy it.
But just because you love being at home, whether it be your children, your partner, your PlayStation, your food, your cat, dog, whatever the case may be.
What's your experience with, because obviously your boy's a teenager. So what's that like, the dynamic there? Can you be affectionate without pissing him off? And can you how does that go?
No.
Oh, we used to be thick as thieves. Like, we were very affectionate. I think he slept in my bed until, I don't know, like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
it changed at a secondary school, I think. But I acknowledged that, and I was it was painful. But that transition from primary school to secondary school, I was like, oh my God, I feel like I've lost him, but I still had to show up for him without being, do you know what I mean?
You
like
lost
my
your
hand
boy.
over him, holding his hand, do you know what I mean?
I see.
And I grieved that a lot. Like I missed that a lot. Like the way he spoke to me, well, like not malicious, but just there was a dynamic change. And he needed me for other things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we become quite miserable, don't we?
I just think...
You don't mean to do it, but I think back now, I was quite rude to my mum sometimes, because like we said the other day, your mother is your peace, the person that you feel safest around. So unfortunately for mother, you're more of a dick to her than any other person on the planet.
I think boys are different. Like I was still quite affectionate with my mum and my dad.
Good news is
when I was a teenager,
you won't get him back in the bed, obviously. You don't want
but
that. But we do come back.
You do come back, and I'm
yes.
seeing that now. So he's 17 at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 2021. If we're like, we love mummy.
Yeah. And it's changed recently. Like he'll come out for meals with us,
Good.
and I'm just like,
begins.
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? Like it's just.
That's perfect. Yeah,
it
that's
is.
good.
But I've always had to show up for him. So last year when he had his prom, he didn't really want me there. He didn't want me there, and I was like,
Too cool. For
I don't want to embarrass him. But I would love to see him with his friends and just have that nice photo and just sign off secondary school because it was awful. Do you know what I mean? For both of us. And also since he's been out of education, like secondary education, he's been so different. Like the anxiety that he wouldn't speak about is coming out now. It's coming to the surface. And I'm just like, I'm glad that I love the fact that he can, because there's an element of trust in that as well, isn't there? Because he's scared of me judging him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But he knows I won't judge him because he's not in it anymore. Do you know what I mean?
I think children in nursery, they love because it is based on love. They love nursery because they see their friends and they play. Children in primary school, they still kind of love it. They love the teachers. They're like, the lessons get a little less interesting as they get older, but they still like it. The minute they walk through that secondary school, that's 5 years where the sparkle goes, everything goes.
Yeah.
They don't love life anymore. They don't
Burn the fucking place to the ground.
Yeah,
Get my
they're
boy
not the
Sparkle.
same. And then you kind of have to help them undo it. Try and get through it as best as you can.
Yeah.
And then undo it afterwards.
Yeah.
So that they can become the adult they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Yes.
you think it's an overused word?
Yes.
Love. Yeah, Lissy's probably right in what she said earlier. I mean, you love. Do you love that? Do you love food? Is it, love for me is a fucking burst from me if I see Misha and Leo. And
I don't know if I love the food or if it's the ADHD, whereas I just want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
But I'm really happy when I'm eating it, so I
Yeah.
assign it to love. Like
yeah,
you said,
but
'cause
there's no
it's a
reason
feeling.
why.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Maybe it's just a spectrum of love, and it's like there's
Spectrum
familial
being
love.
the correct word.
Yeah, spectrum being very accurate here. And but I suppose, but I love Pokemon. I love playing it. I love it. It makes me feel safe and happy, and
See, I would assume you love singing.
Yeah.
There's no way you could do it as a job and as, if you didn't love it.
it's got to be something that is an extension of your soul, isn't it? Singing says that for you.
Yeah, and but the psychological pathways release the same hormones when you love something and couldn't live without it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's also my medicine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Love, addicted to.
yeah, kind of. Like I do. It's medicinal for me.
Yeah, but is there much of a difference? Like if you were to, but that's what grief is. That's the withdrawal. That's the spiritual withdrawal. That person, isn't it?
Yeah,
That is love and addiction. They're pretty close bedfellows, I'd say. Aren't
Yeah.
they? So, a lot of the same.
Well, yeah,
symptoms.
because like we said earlier about the going home, you want to go home is because you are addicted to that person.
Yeah, I feel.
So maybe
incomplete.
we're not actually discussing love. Lizzie's hit it on the head. We're discussing addiction.
Yeah,
It's
Well,
not though. There's lots of things, isn't there? Because it's like, is it connection?
for the master.
Yeah.
Is love connection? Is it? I don't know. What's the other one I was thinking?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, addiction seems too sort of cavalier word, but it is a similar feeling.
Because I
like that,
cannot be without my partner
Yeah,
at all.
me, and
Pretty useless human being, as it goes.
yeah, and I can't sleep if Moosh isn't there. You mean?
Really?
Yeah.
I
get
don't
really-
like it anymore. I used to love sleeping on my own, and now I'm a bit like,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying I need a sort of presence there, and So like, if she goes, I'm going out, and I go, oh good, have a good night, babe, I love you today, and she leaves, and I go, fuck, I'm not going to sleep.
Just wails at the door till she comes home like a dog.
Ceiling for hours.
Oh, no, I don't have that.
No, you're just like, bye, see you.
I'm like around people and listening to people's problems 90% of the time. So actually, and like Chris being on nights gives me that hour, sometimes 2 hours just on my own. And that makes me more loving.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Oh, that's what this place is for me.
Yeah, because you have to recharge. You do have to recharge it because with children, I would say it's easy. Partners as well. You can carry your mood into it, and you're like, I didn't.
It's not helpful.
Yeah, but I think that's the trick is to own that.
Yeah,
and to show and to take responsibility for it. Like if I'm ratty with Leo, and I always end up going, listen, I promise that wasn't you. I'm sorry about that. I was grumpy today. I'm really sorry, and you take responsibility for it. Yeah. And then he does that now. I had a phone call earlier. I'm worried I'm not being a very good influence on my son, but I was kind of proud of him because the vocabulary is excellent, right? Misha rang me. Misha rang me and said, "Your son."
Oh,
and he's my son.
Yeah, good start. Yeah.
Your son is sat on the toilet, and he just said, "The water splashed and it hit my willy and our noose."
And how many times have you referred to it as the anus around him?
I got stung by my ass by stinging nettles when we were at the park the other day. I fell off the zip line into some stinging nettles. I got fucking stinging nettle right my anus. And he obviously just really liked that word. And I use it all the time because I thought that was a sweeter version of...
What was the first word you taught him that he wasn't supposed to learn?
Bollocks. Bollocks. I didn't think he was listening. He's a fucking baby. But yeah, he's listened to everything I do.
Oh, he's been listening.
He went to, I don't know if I said this on the last episode, but it's a game that I play with him. I don't know if I can fucking... But this is another thing Mish called me about. She said, she goes, your son was speaking to his grandfather earlier, and he asked him, Leo said to his grandfather, "What sound does a cat make?" And his grandfather went, "Meow." And Leo said, "Nope," and then fired.
What did he do to the kid? That was he did it to the kid.
He keeps doing it. He keeps doing it in nursery.
Yeah, it's like so and so won't play with me today. Well, why not? Because I said, "What's the cat do?" Then farts on the kid, and the kid just goes, "Ew." Like yourself, you have been the supreme audience for the kid, and every time he's done something like that, you've been howling on the floor.
Yeah, it does make me
and
laugh.
he thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah, I do, but I can't like. It's what I try and say to him is, I go, if it's just me and him, I go, listen, kid, you can't. All right, don't do that in nursery, all right, because it reflects very badly on me. So I try and do it, but it does make me laugh, and we spend all day just fucking giggling. It's so funny.
He's going to be smart, but he is going to try and class clown, isn't he?
Yeah, I know. I've got to try and find a blend where I don't want school to kill his personality, because his personality is fucking.
It does kill their sparkle.
But I also need him to pay attention. So, like, again, difficult balance, isn't it? There.
Yeah,
it's not fun.
But
that's so funny.
Just putting my nipper in a uniform is going to be sad.
Mate, we find out tomorrow what's
tomorrow's the big day.
Yeah,
and the stuff she goes to school. And the other day she went to school looking like Kevin and Perry. The day before she was dressed like a fairy. She does what she wants.
Yeah,
I'm not so sure she's going to enjoy a dull cardigan and a grey.
I was fine.
Yeah.
I was emotionally okay with it. Try not to think too much about it. And Misha goes, "Oh, look at the uniform they're wearing. Show me a picture of the uniform."
Go on.
I was going, "No!" Really, like, I was like, "No, shut up."
With the hands up.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
God.
I was trying to fan her away. No, don't. I'm emotionally very fragile, Misha. I've got a lot on my plate. And I can't handle my son growing up because he's only 2 months old. He was 4.5 nearly. I go,
Oh, goodness.
I guess it's tragedy.
Yeah, it's horrible, isn't it?
But yeah. What else is there about love that we should cover, do you think?
How closely related do you think love and hate is?
Ooh. Quite the dichotomy.
Because people always used to say to me that they're very closely related. And sometimes it's hard to
You can love to
distinguish
hate
between love and
something.
hate.
You can
like,
love
what?
to hate.
What?
Now,
That?
Kevin, you've been very good this episode, but that is the Kevin just interrupted someone alarm.
Well, that's getting shoved up your arse in the next half an hour. I can promise you that.
That is
But I thought we would have used it at least 11 times by now, but you've been very good.
How long have you had that sat there for?
I bought it from Amazon yesterday, especially for today.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
So, yeah. So, but just to let you know, that exists now. Okay?
This is how not to set a boundary.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, there you go.
Let's see how that works out for you.
Well, listen, Kevin, I'm going to hold it right there. Now, Lissy, sorry, can you tee us up again? And what were you saying?
No, I was just always told that love and hate were closely related. I could never get my head around that because I'm like, the opposites, right? But there are studies to say that, to suggest that they are very closely related. So when we argue, it's not because we hate each other. It's because we love each other so deeply that a resolution needs to be found.
Yeah.
So the behaviour that we expel is hateful sometimes, but it's not coming from a place of hate, it's coming from a place of love, which is really confusing.
Yeah,
really
I totally
confusing.
understand. For me, it's always been very distinct. So I can hate very freely and very passionately, and I don't find. I mean, the feelings are much the same. If you see someone walking towards you that you hate or love, you still get a rush. It's still visceral. It's still your blood pressure pumps, and it's still it's not. So it's maybe they are much closer linked than we think. But the feelings, but love for me is it's a joyous thing. But I suppose anger and love. I suppose if you're feeling angry with someone. What do you think? Do you think the same that when you're fucking pissed off with someone, you think you still want to fucking rip their head off, and if you love someone, you want to fucking rip their head off because you love them so much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's so
when you see a
confusing,
cat,
isn't
you
it?
want to
Yeah,
crush his fucking head. But,
yeah, it's
do you know?
weird.
Do you know what I mean?
Remember when people used to get love and hate
that's serial
on
killers.
Do you know when you just want to shave a cat and set it on fire?
Killing animals and shit.
You know when you just want to put some cats in a bag and drown them in a river?
I don't know. That's a weird one.
But you must have some. That's interesting for you because I know that you've had previous relationships that were difficult, where the line between hate and love was very
The same.
was the same. All right. What's that? What does that feel like for you there?
You don't notice at the time.
Yeah. Well, just all becomes part of the
Because you don't notice that one's not the other. Because it's a long-term thing.
Right. I see.
So you don't know when one slips into the other because it just happens all the time.
I see.
Well, that's because you think about it. People are like, well, why have you been married for so long? Because they don't know anything else. They don't know that they now hate them as much as they love them. They still love them, but it's more out of a habit. Like I said, the feeling aspect of it's gone. Now you're more sort of, I don't know, you just sort of like, it's, I don't know. It's an attachment by then. Like you've done everything. You think that you're this. You're not at all. You can't be because you're so fucking. Because they walk past and they go, and you're like, oh God, fuck off. There are women. I would imagine that's worse for women than because women always say to them, "I've got the ick," and it doesn't take much. You know, like he didn't pull out in traffic in time or something. And I was like, ugh.
Oh, you always tell me she's on a period because everything I do is fucking really annoying.
Cars is mean.
You're breathing too loud. Like, fucking hell, I'm trying to fucking sleep. Jesus Christ.
I'll just answer, and she'll, instead of walking away from me and carry on talking, she'll spin on me and say something. I'm like, I'm going to shut my mouth now.
Yeah.
Which is the first person I've ever. That's how I know I love her. I will shut my mouth. Whereas before I used to be like, and I had the argument like, okay, if we're going to do this, we're going to fucking do this.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'll be like, okay, dear.
That is a sign of the maturity, isn't it? Is picking
Oh yeah, I'm
battles.
old as fuck and I can't be bothered now as well. That helps too.
Yeah. But picking your battles is an important thing. You have to find the hill that you're willing to die on. There's stuff where there's been times where I've gone, no. I'm right here, and it matters, and I've picked that battle. But there's times where I've gone, oh, it's not. I literally don't want to fall out of you about this.
That can get you in trouble though.
Or you can say, listen, we're not going to reach a conclusion here. You're certain this, I'm certain this. We're just going to have to disagree, and that's all right. But it's and that's,
But you don't because of love.
Yeah.
Because let's say you're passionate about the thing, or it's not love. You're passionate about that thing. You will argue. Black is white, green is red, whatever the case may be, because that's what you believe very vehemently to the point. Whereas if you just thought about it, you'd be like. Because you've said some stuff before. You've been arguing with all of us before because you're like, no, on a group chat.
Oh,
and it's ended, and you're like, you have not been right at all. And then 2 months later, he's been like,
No. What was I wrong about? No. Oh, I see. Yeah,
I don't even have to say it, and I'm not going to for obvious reasons.
I think I was right at the time.
You were defending. You were white knighting, is what you were doing
Yes,
at
I
the
was,
time.
and I'd do it again. I was right in principle.
Yes,
And I'm willing to take that.
in principle. And then a month later, it's like,
Damn
shit.
Good example. Fucking Kevin.
Sorry.
Fucking Kevin, his memory. Good example. If I think I'm right about something, it doesn't matter how many people I'm arguing to.
Yeah.
There's been many occasions where I've been the sole fighter for a particular cause or problem, and some of the people I love most in the world are vociferously arguing me there, like when we went to the pub. Or when, that's when I quit smoking. Remember, and I was fucking ratty with everyone.
Ah, yeah.
I was going.
He's just turned into an obnoxious dick.
I did.
Yes,
I was horrendous. But yeah, I was horrendous. But that's what stopped me from stopping again. Yeah. Because I was like, I don't know if I can live for a month just being angry at everybody. But if I'm right about it, I did it in Europe. I used to travel and I used to be a dickhead sort of atheist. Like a real dick, but I was a dick, not because I was an atheist, but because I was a dickhead. And I travelled just to dispel people of their faith and belief. And I would often be like at a garden party and arguing with every single person in attendance there.
Yeah.
Anti-Jesus, if you will.
Yeah, and
Just
so
wobbling from place to place.
How ironic.
Yeah, I know.
Just walk in the Middle East, like
Isn't
religion.
it?
Look how the tables have turned.
Don't you think?
But yeah, I've always been passionate. But that's a good thing. That's something I want to pass it to my son. Really. No, do you know why I'm like that? It's because of Captain America. Because there's a Captain America quote where in the comics he says, "If you believe you're right, it is your duty to plant yourself like a tree beside the river of truth. And even if the whole world is telling you to move, you say no, you move." And I read that when I was a boy, and that's always stuck with me. And that's one of my principles.
What a crock of shite.
You're a crock of shite.
There you go. That's proper Captain America cheeseball wank.
No, it's truth and righteousness. Oh, you like the alarm? Oh, where?
Oh, it's golden.
Is that original old school Cap?
That I think it's sort of early 2000s.
Oh,
Cap.
really?
So yeah.
Jeez, that sounds like proper wings on the back.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, it sounds like old World War II punching Hitler, Captain America.
Right, I got one more question.
Go.
What do you think the biggest act of love is that one person can do for another?
Kevin?
But that goes back to depends on the person.
You personally.
What's the thing? What like as in what do you do? What's the thing that you do which mostly says "I love you" without saying the words, or conceivably what's the most powerful thing you can do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're men, so we spent a lot of time in schools having a hero fantasy, right? Where we're sat like an.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a big thing at the moment.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
The current TikTok trend where they're going out on your own. Yeah, not really that interested in dying for anyone.
Fair.
No, I think it's got to be something realistic. If you could, obviously I can't give an organ. I don't think because I've kind of ruined all of mine. But if I could, I'd do that.
You would do, yeah.
And I was signed off as an organ donor because I thought even regardless, that's something you should do for people. But like a tiny thing for the person I love, it would be entirely dependent. Like I think the biggest thing I do is I provide money. Mm-hmm. That's like I go to work, do a job I hate to make sure that my partner doesn't have to worry about that because she has everything else to worry about. And she does it so well. Because all that other stuff, the parenting and all that other shit, she does way better than me. Mm-hmm. I just happen to be able to earn more money than she is. So I'll take that.
That's a damn good answer, Kevin.
That's amazing.
Lissy?
Yeah, I think I kind of do the looking after the house and just taking that weight off of like Chris as a partner. But if it was like, say, if my sister came to me and said I can't have a child, I would do that for them as an act of love. Do you see what I mean? And that would be really hard, but I think I would happily do that to give life to one of my sisters. Do you know what I mean?
It's funny she should say that. Carlisle said the same thing. When she thought that her sister couldn't, she was like, I'd do that.
Yeah.
So maybe that might be a female.
God, I'd do the world a service and take children away from my brothers. That's the greatest act of love I could possibly do for that child. Well, yeah, that's good. That's a very beautiful answer.
Yeah.
Hit the alarm.
What's it say on it?
Yes, I love this.
Hit the alarm now.
What does it say on it?
Alarm plus cheers.
I thought it said,
That's just more of a celebration.
I thought it
Yeah.
said cheese. To
You
be
need
fair,
like
from
that.
here I got all excited.
Oh, fuck, right.
You do, don't you?
Yeah, that's like a celebration of whatever we're doing.
Or just a foghorn. All you're doing is applauding me for doing it.
I'll bring
No,
my
you're
trombone.
right.
I'll bring my trombone next time.
This is the wrong sort of reinforcement.
That is happening. She can say it.
It's so funny. Oliver took it out the other night. He was out in the garden having like a barbecue with his mates, and they just disappeared. And they took the trombone down to McDonald's. And there's a video, I'll have to send it. It's so funny. His friend got out in the queue for the drive-in and was just going up to people's windows, and then some guy got out and was literally dancing to the
that's
trombone. It's so funny. I was like, oh.
Good. Is it hard to play the trombone?
Did you play a musical
Just-
instrument as a kid? Because I played the trumpet when I was 8 years old.
Oh,
Nice.
fucking recorder. Yeah, we're also
I didn't play recorder.
We'll
No,
curse
no.
with the recorder,
My
won't
mum, I wanted to play the guitar. Obviously, they did band at school, and I wanted to play the guitar because obviously it was the 80s and everyone wanted to play the guitar. My mum said, absolutely not. That's far too common. I ended up
so
playing the
you've got
trumpet.
I do like trombone.
Could you
In
still play
March.
it now?
I haven't played it since I was 13 years old.
Do you have the lung capacity for it now?
No, absolutely not. I have smaller lungs than when I started at 8 years old.
Is it hard though? Because it's like
It's
quite
exactly
a lot of air
if
pressure,
you can,
isn't it?
If you can play the trombone, it's exactly the same as the trumpet. It's the same.
Yeah.
Well, because I can still do that. Remember that bit.
Yeah.
I can't remember the C scale and the rest of it. I
Because
can't
it's just
really.
3, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's all like mouth
Yeah.
positions and stuff.
To be fair, it's just a combination of there's about
3.
5, and then they change with more breath for being the same way
so
through. So you got like a high C, low C. And see, I vaguely remember. I haven't read music in a long
I'm bringing
time.
the trombone next time. You know.
But then my teacher used to play the trombone. I used to
Wow.
sit there watching him go. Brr, brr, brr. And
It's
I
so
thought,
cool.
how the fuck do you know where? Like I know I have to press 1 and 3 for G and 2 and this for A
Yeah.
and
Is
whatever.
that dictating
That's the
pitch.
note.
the pitch?
So
Yeah.
you obviously it'll be the same thing. So that position and a certain amount of breath will give you a low C. That position and a more will give you the next, and so
Human
on.
beings.
But obviously, I don't know how you know on the slide where the fuck that is because it's not that there's lines on it, is there? You just
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I always wanted to
You're a
play
mysterious man,
the
Kevin.
massive tuba thing.
Ah,
Oh my
me
gosh,
too.
yeah.
So I tried playing the bass drum in the marching band I was in, and it was too big, and I was too little.
I always thought when we used to organise like group fights and stuff when we were teenagers, I always thought I'm gonna be the guy dressed like that. I want to come with a fucking great tuba and just stick like a war cry.
So I always loved the Royal Marines marching band as kids because we used to go and
Yeah,
watch all
they're
that
so
sort
good.
of stuff. And they were obviously on the ship when we went the other day. And you see them and you think, oh, fuck, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. That's good.
So what about you? What do you think the biggest act of love?
Well, I'm not sure. The stuff I do, like I'm with Kevin. It's very important for everybody who needs to, but for men, it's very important. And our pride rests a lot on being able to provide, and it's totally there's nothing you can do about it. And so being able to provide for my family is very important. And I like little bits like when I go to bed at night, I'll make sure both the doors are locked. Make sure that maybe I put a drink in the fridge for me. Sure, just little things to make my family know that my family's all right. My family are good. They're provided for. They're happy and safe. They know I love them because I annoy them with it all the time. And I think the biggest thing I could do for them is shed my former self. Is to fully try and kill Steve Doherty, because that's such a plague on me and them, and I've really burdened us with debt and with my own mental health, my own history of violence and depression, that shedding that part of me and fully committing to them as Steve Kalis, father, fiance, and whoever else I want to be. That's the biggest act of love I can do, because I have to kill a part of myself and then work on a new part of myself that I like in order to love them properly.
Yeah.
And that's been the journey from the beginning, I think.
That's so nice.
But I don't think men, like, we talk about that you can love things like you love the job you have, blah, 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 blah. I'd be intrigued to see how many men actually have, when they say, what do you want to do when you're older? Whether it's not what I want to do, they start thinking about, right, what can I do that will earn me the most money?
Yeah.
I'd be intrigued to see if you were to ask, you actually love your job.
Yeah, and I'm really lucky that that's always been what I've wanted to do.
And I would be intrigued to see how many men versus women do the job they love, because the man goes, right, I'm going to earn $3,000 a month doing this.
Yeah.
And the wife's in a position where they can say, okay, do you mind if I really want to run my own salon? Because very often it is work, and don't get me wrong, I wouldn't fucking want to run a salon. It looks like hell on earth. But I want to do that, and they often get to go and do it. So it is sort of because you provide them with their love as well.
But I think an act of love on a male's part, from a male's point, is going, I want to earn the most, or I want to earn X amount, because then I'll feel successful. So they're filling their own cup, but also giving their partner, their wife, the freedom to earn and do what they want to do or love to do. Do you know what I mean? I think that is the biggest act of love.
I'd love to be a stay-at-home mum.
I
was for a year. I did it for a year. I paid myself a wage for a year with money I got from being hurt, and I ended up staying off for 2 years in the end.
Wow.
So that I could take them to school, and because I missed everything for all of them. I missed the first time we walked, and I missed this, and I missed that, because I was always at work doing that.
Yeah.
So
I'd love nothing more. I've been pitching that since Leah was born. You know what I mean?
Hit it.
No. Steve pushes the buzzer. No,
you're allowed to.
He's moved away from me.
No. Between Lissy, between you and Lissy.
This is mine. What you don't notice is, as host, I have to push and steer. Okay, push and steer, push and steer. Okay, so I have to be able to cut, snip, intertwine, push and steer. Okay, that's my job as I'm the puppet master, Kevin. You see, that's very much my role.
You're the conductor.
Yeah. Well, I've got what. This is what makes it tricky with podcasting. I have to see what works on TikTok, works on the clips, works in the edit. So sometimes if I do cut in or push something somewhere else, it's not an accident. It's deliberate.
Nice, smart.
Superman.
We'll give him an hour till he forgets it the next time round, and you can hit the button.
I'll accept. I'll jump on the sword this once.
We should all have it under the table.
No, it's fucking a disaster.
I want one of those with the clown horns.
Yeah, I'm exempt from the horn.
Okay, I
because I
apologise.
full picture.
I wasn't aware of the rules of the horn before. I wasn't aware of the fucking horn.
No, the horn is an integral part of the
show now. Yeah.
This
George, you've been replaced by a horn.
This is Pavlovian conditioning. Yeah?
Don't.
And
it's not working on me. Thank you.
And I'm Pavlov.
That's so funny.
Is there anything else we want to venture into?
You were going to say something, and then.
Don't think so. No, all good. I've said that's good.
I think Lissy's first statement was probably the way you would round this out. Mm-hmm. That it's you don't learn it. You can't be taught it.
No.
Although you can be taught wrong. You know what I mean? You can be taught very wrong, and that can fuck your relationships up.
I suppose you are taught.
No, but again,
you learnt to love from your mum, so you maybe replicate what you see a little bit.
No, but in that instance of having a child when they learn how, even before they can speak, you know that they love you and you love them, and they cannot speak, so they cannot communicate, use any vocabulary to express or manipulate that word in any way. That is the truest form, isn't it? And I just think it's unconditional. There's no...
Oh, yeah, it's like that, isn't it?
Literally.
You're like, whoa, I'm right here.
And it works both ways. It's you to them and them to you as well. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And we all exist, and that experience would have happened in some way or another before words were invented.
That's a very pure love, isn't it? Yeah. That's the purest form of love.
Yeah. I hear it every morning. I get up and I hear Harper and I go, "You okay?" She's like, "Not you, Daddy."
Oh, no.
Every day.
Oh, it's devastating, isn't it?
"Where's Mummy?" I was like, ignoring you. I want to be mean at that point, like, hiding from you.
She's gone.
But I don't. Yeah, she left. Look at you. How you like me now? But I wouldn't. I don't. I just go, okay, I'll go get her now. Cry on my way down the stairs. It's fine.
One of the perks of my new job will be that I get to start later in the day, so later in the morning. So I get to spend every morning with Leo and me. So Leo now, he can just come straight into our bed every morning. So we have like a nice little cuddle and yeah. Well, I'll be still early, but it's from 8. I'll be starting instead of 6 or whatever.
Yeah. When do you finish?
Oh, so I finished at 4.
Oh, normal time. Nice.
Yeah, and a half day on a Friday.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah. So this has been love. Oh, sorry.
So you're going to be ready for us then? Mm-hmm. When we turn up,
Well,
you
we
can have like drinks ready for us.
Have I made asleep and drunk?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, we're not back to drinking podcast, Steve. Jesus, fuck no.
Well, so what? That's an avenue of creativity that I need to explore.
It was different.
Oh, I was sitting on Zoom just getting pissed on wine.
Like, you noticed that the
I
glass
didn't experience
the
it.
glass has got
Oh my
bigger.
goodness.
You started with the top.
I refute this accusation.
The glass got bigger. It ended up being like I could not close my hand around said glass. And I remember, I can't
Was
remember.
this like during lockdown or something?
Who were you talking to? And he was there like swilling it. And
Might be my first episode with Di Goddard. I got sloshed and was talking about grief.
That's it. I wasn't even. It was just you, wasn't it? And he was there like swilling it and shit. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, and he's not even staying on mic anymore.
Oh,
But they're great.
About grief. About fucking grief of all things.
Yeah, I did it for a few. There was a nice little run in the Zoom era of the show many years ago where I'd like to drink wine and do it. It just loosened me up, loosey-goosey.
To be fair, you had to be though because it was such a nightmare. You'd be trying to get us into. You had to pay for it in the end, didn't you?
Yeah,
For it to
No,
work,
so it didn't
work.
time out, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it was the timing out wasn't so bad because you like right that keeps us to a thing. But
We
we'd
did 2 parts, do you remember?
yeah, you'd send an invite, and then I'd get in, and the other person wouldn't get in, and then the other person would get in, and I wouldn't get in. Then you'd disappear, and we'd both go, and you'd be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah. Oh, fucking hell, yeah. And then it'd cut us off, then I'd have to send the link again and bring them back. And, yeah.
And they'd lose patience by the second time, wouldn't they?
Zoom doesn't have like a ring dial either, does it? Like I use Skype for all of my students during lockdown.
I
so
don't
that
recall it.
sound
So
haunts me now.
you'd send me this thing, and I'm like, "Don't send me that because it's like 16 fucking." Just send me the link, and I'll click it.
And that's it, and you're in.
You used to send me, here's the post, and I'm
Oh, here's the code. Here's the user's
absolutely
password.
fucking not.
Yeah, I see.
So just send me that with the password, and otherwise it would take me 20 minutes to type it in.
God, didn't that seem a million years ago, the Zoom
Yeah.
era?
It was 5 years. It was the whole
Yeah.
COVID was 5 years ago. No?
Yeah.
Insane.
Blimey, whatever, yeah. Well, listen.
Time.
All right, my lovely.
That was so much
Yeah,
fun.
listen,
That was funny.
let me just do a quick sign off and then we're good to go. Thank you, listener. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. And I hope you don't think I'm being harsh on Kevin.
He's a bully.
Okay?
Emotionally,
Because
physically.
the last episode was very poor George didn't get a fucking word in edgeways because if I wasn't cutting him off, you were cutting him off. So we had to.
George doesn't speak much anyway.
Well, that's why I was trying not to. I'm trying to encourage the third person because otherwise they think we don't. And if it has to be an equal sort of dialogue, and but I know that because I'm the puppet master.
Yeah, I say
I can
equal
see-
my ass.
Equal. Well, I mean, listen. Oh, I was going to say, but when your name's on the show, but technically your name is on the show.
Yes.
I just sort of made it really small underneath
Yeah,
my
the smallest writing he could. Fucking, how small does this font go?
But technically, the show is called The Steve Killer Show with Kevin Harris. Mm-hmm. I just never mentioned that bit. I made the name smaller.
Keep shrinking the font too, so as it goes further back, my name disappears, becomes a line.
And of course, Lissy Jane and George Gunton.
I don't even have a photo on the thing yet, by the way.
Can we have Lissy in the trombone, please?
Wait, it's changed. You haven't seen a new intro? It's changed. You're in the new intro.
Hi.
Yes. Yeah, so the new intro is clips of us.
No,
Oh, I have seen that.
Lissy
Yeah.
trombone.
Yeah. I am. It's coming next time.
Yeah. Also, I'd like a singing lesson because I would like to be able to sing. It's a real basic pitch song now, but I really like it.
All right.
The guy's part in.
As long as it's not Pink Pony Club, I'm fine.
No, it's I bet you get it all the time, don't you? The guy's version part of "Shallow" with Lady Gaga
yes,
and Bradley
nice.
Cooper.
Yeah.
So I sang it to myself the other day, and I thought, "Whoa,
okay.
hello. Yeah,
Yeah?
Well, let's do that." And
Nice.
the Greatest Showman one that I like as well.
Yeah, let's do that. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I think you should practice that Greatest Show one just in case.
Yeah, although once I did it good when I was wasted at the pub. And we
It sounded so good, though. So many people loved it.
Can I? I request your help here.
Yeah.
In moving his set list, taking his current set list and
I don't know what your beef is with my karaoke set.
the same two songs all the fucking time. That's what the beef is.
Sure.
He went into this. He dragged us around Weymouth. Granted, it was
Oh, yeah,
because
I've
we
heard the
didn't pay
story.
attention. We did not pay attention, and we went like the pub was here, and we went around,
Oh yeah, that's a fucking disaster.
and then we got there, and we were like, "This was 100 yards behind us."
Yeah.
Never mind. Walked in there, and it was a bit like. everyone, and we were like,
I hate that.
Strangers.
proper working men's
Like
club
your
type
locals,
vibe.
yeah.
It was proper grim. And they started singing, and they were terrible. I'm not going to look, worst singers you've ever heard. And he was by far better. But the first song was one that was a really depressing one.
It always is.
The vibe went, ooh, woof, because they're all shit-faced. They're all dancing and stuff. And then
you like a ballad, don't you?
I do like
Yeah.
You do.
But ballads, my range.
and
is
you
ballads.
didn't
Yeah.
go with the lift you up power ballad to start with. You went with the
Sometimes in our lives.
that was it.
I'll tell you what song you would sound great on. That song that Matey sings in Moulin Rouge. Your gift is my song, and this one's for you. I can tell everybody. It's an Elton John song.
This is your song.
Oh, what's his
It may be
name?
quite
Nicole
simple,
Kidman and-
but- Ewan McGregor.
Yes.
Now that it's done.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good. That's a good
Yes.
one. Elton John is
See,
really
5 seconds, we've already got
Yeah,
a new
that's
song.
true.
There
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've always had beef with my discography. You don't go see Coldplay and ask for new songs.
No, because I
Kevin.
just wouldn't fucking go and watch Coldplay.
All right. You don't go see Metallica and say play us something we've never heard before. You know what I mean? You want the hits, and that's what when people come to see me.
Yeah,
karaoke,
but there's a hit.
well, but Lean on Me, Bill Withers. I mean, that's what
Yeah,
great.
it's a banger.
Yeah,
don't do that.
but the audience and the people that go and see Bill Withers want to hear
It's funny.
"Lean on Me" by Bill
I've seen
Withers.
it a million times, and everyone's like, "Yeah, dancing, having a
Maybe
good
I
time."
could teach you to reinvent them so they're Steve's.
It's true.
Steve's
Yeah.
He just the
interpretation.
voice isn't the problem. That it's just
You're
his
imitating.
ability to read the room.
Oh.
I'm reading it. I'm just not.
He just reads it and completely fucking ignores it. He's like, it's literally like a death grenade, just woof, and the whole life just goes poof out the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get
it's
the
true.
upbeat ones in there and then
But this-
reinvent the ones that you use.
They are staring at him though because they can't. They are confused. Everyone claps at the end of it. They all think it's really good.
Yeah.
But they're like, I came here to party, asshole.
Yeah, I know. They capture the vibe and
He's
take
like,
it with them.
lean on me when you're not strong. Giving all this fucking business.
Okay.
Look at me.
Let's do a group singing lesson at the studio and we can
Yeah, that
film it
sounds
and it'll
nice.
just be
That's
like
what
a lot
I
of
want,
fun, but
I love
Let's all
the.
pick on Kevin.
What's the male part of Shallow? Tell me something, girl.
yeah.
Are you lonely in this modern world?
is that the-
That's another sort of steady
Yeah,
one, isn't it? I suppose.
You need more.
Is there something that you're looking for?
I'm outnumbered listeners.
I'm falling. And in the good times, I found myself longing for change.
Can we suggest to all karaoke people then that you'd offer up 2 things for people who like doing karaoke? A ballad night and a ABBA
It
night,
doesn't work-
if you will.
Yeah, but it don't work like that. Like, I've been to so many open mic nights before. So many. And that is just that's just all very depressing and very like flat. Do you know what I mean? I went to one time in Sherborne and an 80-year-old man saved the night with a tenor saxophone. He came from nowhere.
Wow.
And then he just like
I was
came
like,
around the pub like at the bottom near the
Saxophone.
traffic lights and he just started like vamping over everyone and then they were like doing 8 bars each and I was like, here's the energy.
Yeah,
This is
you
what
need
it needs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, but we can work that.
The one good sort of quiver on my bow is "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" because people know that and sing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
quite a popular crowd pleaser.
It is.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like that's the level you need to start with and then maybe build up a few.
Yeah,
I don't even do I know any upbeat songs on my whole discography. I just,
But you can sing. Oh, you've got the voice. That's not the issue.
I can't seem to sing or hold upbeat songs. I prefer it if it's a ballad because I feel like I could take my time with it a little bit more. And I feel like a little
there's
bit more in control.
There's upbeat songs like Rudimental. I've got so many upbeat songs, but the vocal over the top is more ballad-like. But
Yeah. Judy, I can't stop thinking. The song I've had in my head for the last 5 minutes, and I've been trying to shake it and think of literally any other fast song, or upbeat song is "Life is a roller coaster, just gotta ride it."
you could reinvent it
winning.
and bring it a new lease of life.
I need you, and then everyone goes.
Oh, you're right. Fuck, you're right.
Now you understand.
Yeah, you're right. It got me pumped.
People
Yeah.
don't love ABBA; they just love the stupid music.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. God damn it.
It's not because their singing's amazing. There you go.
Bring out the best in us.
That's
There
a
we
definite
go.
one. That's going on the list.
Yeah, that has
Yeah,
to go on the
definitely.
list.
That has to go on the list.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you guys. It's been very helpful.
This has been really fun.
Thank you, Lissy. It's taken me 2 years and you did it in 5 minutes.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, listen, Lissy, thank you for joining us.
I love
Thank you
that.
for having me.
Yeah, that was good. Thank you, Lissy. Really appreciate that. Kevin, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry about the alarm. I was trying to basically.
No.
I didn't want to have an uncomfortable
You
conversation
loved
with
that,
you. I did
didn't
like
you?
the alarm.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to have an uncomfortable conversation with you on the car on the way over here about interrupting because we're both bad at it. But we can't both do it, otherwise no one else is going to speak. So
So the lesson here is communicate better.
we do need to communicate better.
Yes, but
Yeah.
as we're both on the spectrum, it's not going to happen.
It is very difficult.
I happily mediate.
That's true.
I can happily
Yeah.
mediate.
Yeah.
But I actually do.
Problem is
The
we're-
lols in that are... Yes.
Problem is we're impatient and passionate and forgetful. Those three things.
Super forgetful.
Those three things in a soup.
Yeah, I
Very
know,
big.
but you're also just quite straight down the line. So if you said you interrupt, can we just not? You can just go.
No, because I've said that before. So what I prefer to do, Lissy, is this.
I like it. I do
I
like
can't
it
even
though.
smash the fucking
I
thing because he
just- I
puts
think
things
it needs
together
a
for
It
fun.
needs a different
Yeah, I'll
sound
fix
to
it.
me. It
Yeah,
needs a-
fix it and make it worse.
Well, listener, thank you for listening. I really appreciate it.
You must love us. You'd have to.
If you made it this far, Jesus Christ. Please leave us a 5-star review on Spotify. Click the follow button. Really appreciate it. Thank you for listening. But you're an integral part of the team.
you.
Yeah, and everyone who commented on the last episode as well, we really appreciate it. It is nice to have Kevin back here regularly. I begrudgingly accept that that's the case. And so this is what we're doing from now on. We're going to do some rotating, sticking to the alphabet thing. The Bible thing is a separate project.
We do not love that.
The audience did not follow me on my Bible study series. So that's now
My hope
separate.
is that he finds his own.
So yeah, thank you. So guys, I'm gonna call it a day. So once again, thank you, listener. Thank you, Kev. Thank you, Lissy. And we're gonna call it a day. Bye. You're fucking holding out on us there, Kevin. You're a sneaky singer.
Really?
I ain't got the lung
Every time you
capacity
go,
for it anymore.
I'll do a bit and pretend to
Yeah,
sing.
nobody's
It's
imitating
nice.
you.